Alright agents, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another Eagle Bear build that proves once again why this weapon stays dominant in heroic content. This setup hits hard, feels stable, and lets you push through missions with serious confidence. And if you've been with me for a while, you already know. I've shown many times that the Eagle Bear builds aren't just heroic strong, they're legendary proven. We've taken similar setups into the toughest content in the game and they still shred. This version is tuned specifically for heroic play, giving you the perfect blend of survivability and damage without needing anything complicated. Now let's talk about that talent. The Eagle Bear's signature perk is called Eagle Strike. It boosts your accuracy and basically with body shots and gives you amplified damage with headshots. It's a high reward when played right and makes this weapon feel like a laser. And the beauty of this build is it pairs extremely well with other weapons like the Pestilence, which is a standout of choice thanks to its strong damage over time effect. But you can also run secondary weapons you like ARs, rifles, or even status effect weapons in any slot smoothly. So let's dive into this setup because this is a must run for any Eagle Bear fan. So today I do got two different versions of this build that I will be showing you, but the star of the show is the Eagle Bear. Overall, this gun is fully maxed out with a weapon expertise at 30%, but the talent is what truly stands out. It actually comes with two talents. The first one is called Eagle Strike. Accuracy increases as you continuously fire up to 30%. Headshots kills grants the tenacity buff for 15 seconds. The strength of the tenacity is increased by 1% for body shots and 5% for headshots. The tenacity buff is the second talent, which you get 40 to 80% of damage taken is delayed until the buff expires. Total delayed damage is reduced for each enemy kill while the buff is active up to 100% as long as you get 3 kills. So overall, that's amazing. And the easy way to know whenever this talent is active is your agent will be glowing a reddish pinkish looking color, and during that time period you need to get at least 3 kills to take full advantage of this talent. The mods to come is 15% critical hit chance plus 30 rounds, 10% increase in weapon handling, and 20% increase in critical hit damage. For the secondary, we are using the stack broker, but use any ACS 12 shotgun that you have. The main thing that stands out with this weapon is the RPM is a little faster, but since we are going to be utilizing the striker set in this gameplay as well, I recommend using the ACS 12 shotgun. Matter of fact, the beginning of the gameplay was utilizing the striker's gear set. We did use the quick step pistol agents primarily for the talent to get that increase in movement speed, and it's called sport mode. Basically get 20% increase in movement speed, but does not stack with any other talents, movement speed talents. For our mask, we are utilizing the Catharsis mask. Overall, this is an amazing exotic mask agent. Comes automatically with an armor core for the core attribute, and the other attributes that come automatically on is that 20% increase in incoming repairs, and also that armor regeneration attribute comes on automatic. We did put that 12% critical hit damage attribute up there. The talent is called Vicious Cycle. Taking damage stacks to a cap of 30. Each stack grants 1.5% increase in weapon damage. Taking damage at max stacks triggers a purge, removing all stacks and status effect, and then dropping a healing cloud, which restores 5% of max armor for 10 seconds to all allies in the cloud. So basically, when you get all 30 stacks, you have up to 45% increase in weapon damage. So you're going to be getting weapon damage up to 45%. You're going to be getting status effect removed off of you. On top of that, you're going to be getting healed for your armor for 10 seconds up to 5% of your max armor. It will be restored. So overall, this is an amazing exotic item in Division 2. For our chest piece agents, we are utilizing the Equalizer, which is the brand set, the name brand set unit alloys chest, which gives 5% increase in rate of fire automatically. For the core attribute, we do have a weapon damage core, and the attributes on all the gear pieces will be either critical hit chance or critical hit damage. The talent is what truly stands out in this chest though. It is called Perfect Ability Rate, and critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds. This stacks up to 24 times, so that's 24% increase in weapon damage. We are utilizing 4 pieces of the concentrated company set, which gives us 10% increase in weapon damage, 30% increase in weapon handling, and the talent is called Commadre. Basically, shooting an enemy marks them for 7 seconds. When a marked enemy dies, you receive 1 stack of 3% increase in weapon damage and 2% increase in critical hit damage for each ally or skill that has contributed to the killing of that enemy, including yourself. You can get a max of 35 stacks, and stacks decay every 10 seconds. The max amount of marks that can be placed is 4, so at any given moment you can have up to 4 enemies marked at any given time. The core attribute, we do have a weapon damage, and again we do have a 6% critical hit chance attribute as well. For the knee pads, it is the second piece of the concentrated company set, we do have weapon and critical hit chance. And the gloves, we do have a weapon core and another critical hit chance attribute. For the backpack agents, the primary, we do have a armor core for the core attribute, and which we actually have two 12% critical hit chance, critical hit damage attributes on this backpack. For the talent, it's called One for All. You increase the weapon damage bonus per stack from 3% to 5%, so you can get up to 175% increase in bonus weapon damage when you do have full stacks. For the shield, we are utilizing the Striker's Shield, which we will go over this a little bit more when we go over the class specialization. And we are utilizing the Revival Hive just in case we go down. We'll have a second chance to get back up when playing heroic content. Let's take a look real quick at the weapon stats. We're sitting right there at 127,884 weapon damage with 55% critical hit chance and 113% critical hit damage, 75% headshot damage. If you take a look at our accuracy, right there, 50%, and stability is 50% as well. Keep in mind, our accuracy will go up by an additional 30% when we do start shooting the Eagle Bearer. So if you look at our all weapon damage bonus, we're sitting right there at 140% in all weapon damage bonus. So overall, it's pretty decent damage in my opinion. Let's take a look at the class specialization. We are utilizing the firewall specialization primarily for the shield agents. That shield, will be the only way you will have access to the Striker's Shield, which basically the Striker's Shield is a modified version of the Crusader's Shield, allowing you to use your Jet Scream or your Flamethrower basically. In addition, the Striker's Shield boosts the damage of the user and all allies behind them based on the number of enemies in front of them. So, whenever you need to pull out your shield, you're going to be doing more damage. So it's giving you survivability and damage. So overall, this is a great option. Don't forget to equip the correct weapon element to get your bonus in weapon damage. We are utilizing the assault rifle the most, so that is 15% increase in weapon damage. Some other things, agents, I do want to point out, we do have 1.1 million armor on this build. So, if you need more armor, a lot of times whenever I form for these gear pieces, I always find the gear pieces that comes with the attribute either being critical hit chance or critical hit damage. That way I can change the core attribute to whatever I prefer. So if I needed more armor on this build, agents, I would go for more armor. If I need a little bit more survivability, or even if I wanted to run a skill build, it would very easily change this to a skill build. So as far as the Striker setup, like I stated earlier in the very beginning of the gameplay, agents, I was using the Striker setup with this. And real quickly, quick agents, I say with this whole setup, everything basically stayed the same except the 4 pieces we did change to Strikers. Just to show you that it doesn't matter which gear set you prefer. Both of these work great. Strikers is all about that damage. Agents is one of the top gear sets that's been in Division ever since Division Part 1. The main thing with the Strikers gear set is that you keep firing, you build up stacks, you get 100 stacks, that is 65% increase in weapon damage. But we do have the backpack on, so instead of getting that 65% increase in weapon damage, we actually get a 90% increase in weapon damage, and you will see when we go over the talent. All right, so the core attribute on this backpack, we do have weapon, and again, those attributes will be either critical hit chance or critical hit damage. The talent is called Risk Management. This increases total weapon damage gain per stack from Striker's Gamma from 0.65 to 0.90. So like I stated, you'll be getting up to 90% increase in weapon damage instead of that 65%. Also, when you have on all 4 pieces, you're going to also be getting increase in weapon handling of only 15% compared to the concentrated gear set, but you will get increase in rate of fire by 15% as well. So ultimately, either one of these gear sets will work great. I enjoy both. I go back and forth. And I do want to point out, let's take a look at our weapon damage. It is a little bit lower than what it was with the concentrated company set. We're sitting right there at 123,147. But as far as the rest of the stats, everything stayed the same. And the accuracy went down to 35% and stability as well. I do want to point out, whenever you're using the concentrated gear set, it is more designed for team play, in my opinion, but it works really well as long as you build up your stacks before you go do a mission. All right, as far as the overall damage, we are sitting right there at 130% when using the Striker's gear set instead of using the concentrated company gear set. So those are the 2 main differences, and these are the 2 different gear sets I was using in the gameplay. In the very beginning, agents, I was utilizing the Striker, and in the second half of the gameplay, you will see I will be using the concentrated company gear set. All right, as far as the active modifier, we are not using the companion today. Primarily, we do have it equipped just so we can get those passive bonuses, which is 15% increase in weapon damage, 20% increase in hazard protection, and 15% increase in skill efficiency. But keep in mind, we don't have our active companion equipped, so we are getting 30% increase in weapon damage, 40% increase in hazard protection, and 30% increase in skill efficiency. All right, agents, if you like the build, let's give it a thumbs up. Thank you for your value, time, and continued support as always. And stick around, agents, for those who enjoy the gameplay. Here's the second part of the gameplay. Now, this gameplay, agents, I will be only utilizing the concentrated company gear set. And actually, when I cleared this one, I actually cleared it a lot faster. You do a lot more damage. And, you know, like I stated earlier, as long as you build up the stacks before you leave the range, you will still basically have your full stacks whenever you travel to whatever mission you're traveling to. And you'll be able to run through these missions pretty quickly and do a lot of damage. And given the fact that you do have the unit alloy set, which is increasing the rate of fire, it will actually still feel pretty good using this gear set as well compared to the strikers, because using strikers does give you automatically that 15% increase in rate of fire. With that being said, agents, two things that will stand out in this build if you put it together and you're not at least watch level 1000. You will not be at the baseline of doing the same amount of damage as you see me doing in the gameplay, but I guarantee you both of these builds still work. Another factor that will play a part in the gameplay is your weapon expertise. The current max in the game is 30%, so if you're not at max, you know, you can get up to an additional 30% increase in weapon damage if you do have your expertise level fully maxed. As always, agents, I appreciate each and every one of you for your valued time and continued support. It really does mean a lot, especially those who always take time to comment or at least give the video a thumbs up. It really does help the channel out. If you're new, you enjoy the content, feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe, and also turn on the notification bell so you can stay informed whenever I do drop Division 2 videos or any other particular game that I am playing. As always, agents, stay strong, stay sharp. D-Werewolf out.
Getting flanked. All clear. I repeat.
Setting up my turret.
Vital signs critical.
From the control center. That should keep it from being able to transport those orders loaded with
Evil rage.
Go on and head back up. The team from the campus is taking position inside the memorial.